Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman. Joining me once again, the AEW Dynamite team member, Derek. What's going on?
What's up, Live?
We are going to be talking AEW Dynamite, April 29th, 2020, full show review. We are talking the TNT Championship Tournament semifinals tonight. We're going to run down the entire card, everything that happened, and most importantly, guys, we are going to include you, the people, in this. So make sure you stick around and join us, and let's hit that intro.
Here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Alright, guys. Shout out to my man Monteezy for the dopest theme in the podcast game, in my humble opinion. D, man, we are here. We are talking AEW Dynamite. We're gonna run through the entire card, go through everything. But how you living, brother?
I'm living good. How about you?
Yeah, we're doing the same old. Watching wrestling, man. How do you feel that this show has been affecting the feel of pro wrestling?
I think it's doing good. I like it. I mean, at least we're still getting quality matches.
Do you think it could be better though? Do you miss the crowd aspect of this? Same question for you, live chat.
I do miss the crowd. The crowd actually gets me hyped up. Like the other day, like I was telling you, I was watching Cody and Dustin going up against the Shield when they came to Buffalo, and I was getting goosebumps. I was like, whoo, whoo.
Yeah. Casey, I should just say the opposite because you wrote that. But I appreciate everybody who is in here. We'll get to what the live chat thought about that. But big shout out to who is in the live chat. Original Biggie, Obi-Wan. Thomas Poster brought up a great point. Obi-Wan is always the first one in here. So, Original Biggie, much love to you, my friend. I'm loving the GTA playthroughs that you're doing. Everything is all goody. So, make sure if you guys are listening on YouTube audio, check out my man, Original Biggie 1 on YouTube. He does great stuff. Thomas Poster, I appreciate you too, brother. I know it's late where you are, so I appreciate you showing up. That's what I call loyalty as well. Big shout out to Rob in the chat. Rob, we need you back on these shows, man. It's been too long since the people have heard your voice, Rob.
Definitely.
Same with you, Donnie. Donnie said, bravo, what a show. In his first comments coming in.
Round of applause.
Show didn't make that. Broken Rockstar is in here as well. Broken Rockstar said, F this show. Predictable WWE booking. Broken Rockstar, I'm going to teach you a little bit something. Predictability is not always bad. For the sake of doing a swerve sometimes, it's not worth it. See the Attitude Era for bad booking decisions just to do a swerve to do it when it makes no sense. So I'm okay with predictable booking sometimes. Chris DeZuba, what's up with you two in this?
What's up, Chris?
Let's see here. B-Boy Skyline is talking about long-term booking. Jordan, I think we're on the same wavelength. We're going to be talking about it. Six in the house. What's going on, Sick? Appreciate you as a mod, my brother. Teach the rest of the XGW brethren to come in here. It's been a while since I've seen Ice or Cactus or one of them in here. Brandon, what's good? Casey's in the house as well. Let's see here. Ben Sonic, new viewer here. What's good, guys? What's going on, Benson? Benson Nick, I guess we're going to say. Benson Nick. Mm-hmm. What's happening, brother? We'll read whatever you guys write in here. Give us your thoughts as well. I like crowds better. Chris Zuba said both shows were fire tonight. I have not checked out NXT yet, so let me know. Tell this Rona to chill and I'll be back. Six said when it comes to live performances, especially in wrestling, live interactions just hit different. If Broken Hardy and Brody Lee had debuted with a live crowd, that would have hit different.
It would have.
I hate when they bring that up though, because we would have been there. Damn it.
My debut.
Yeah, man, let's talk about the show. On commentary tonight, we have Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho. How you feel about Tony and Chris's chemistry with this tonight?
Their chemistry is definitely on point. You know, I this is a welcome of breath of fresh air. I still miss JR though. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like JR, but growing up watching JR is like, yeah, JR is like he's like the king of getting people hyped for.
Not even that. I think JR's just funny too. Sometimes, like it's now it's more so like you shouldn't be laughing at some of this stuff, but it is hilarious to me.
Yes,
what's happening with him. But I think Jericho's done a great job on commentary.
Oh, yeah.
He might have found another calling for him if he wanted to do that after when he's done with being in-ring performer.
I think it would suit him very well.
And I did not say that in English at all. When he's done being an in-ring performer, excuse me. Drives me crazy. You got it right, bro. I'll throw you guys a sub and check out what you're all about. I appreciate that, Benson. Thank you so much for that, man. Tell your friends. That's the most important thing.
Thank you.
You know what? Let's start off tonight with a little advertisement before we get into this TNT Championship tournament. Guys, have you checked out the Lawnmower 3.0 yet? This thing is incredible. It is designed for growing grooming, and I know that it's marketed towards the fellas, but ladies, if you're listening, watching, you can use this too. There's nothing wrong with you getting down and dirty and making sure that all your stuff is trimmed and ready to win. You don't want to go down there and it's looking like you and Jungle Boy are just swinging through a jungle. You want everything shaved, trim, and down low. And honestly, a wise man once told me, if you cut the grass, the trees look taller. So make sure you guys go and get that Lawnmower 3.0. We have an exclusive code. If you guys put in EPW show, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. And not only will I thank you, your balls will thank you too. Now that we're done with the shilling, make sure you guys check out powerslam.tv. That's in the description box. And make sure that you guys check out everything college basketball. Those will be on the audio portions of the podcast. You'll hear those at the end. Make sure you guys show some love. What is going on, Sonny? Bimbo is in the house tonight as well. People are saying Jericho on commentary is great. What's going on? Hey, Zeus DeLeon. What's going on, bro?
Hey, Zeus.
Six said, I love JR, but he's just old, guys. Things irritate him more easily these days.
Yo. That's true. That's very true.
Son of a burp. Yeah, that is JR now these days. Broken Rockstar said, where's the Blue Chew at? Hey, Broken Rockstar, tweet Blue Chew. If you guys tweet them, I'm sure that they'll give us one of the ads, bro. So tell them you want everything pro wrestling to get that. A lot of people, I don't like the empty stream shows. We need Donnie in the background again. Listen, bro, it ain't on me. Donnie's got to show up to the promised land, do his part. I can't help that. I can't fix that. That's on Donnie. So hopefully once all this like clears down, we'll be able to have the whole team back together again soon.
Right.
But let's get into the show. Sorry, we've said that like 5 times. Darby Allin, Cody. I love the hype package for this in the very beginning. They really did some excellent things here with Darby Allin and Cody just kind of building up to all of this. And in it, Cody kind of represents the suits and ties, Darby says. And that's a good point. It was something we had talked about last week, kind of the difference between us a little bit with like the wrestlers we like and who makes sense. Derek tends to be more of a dark person. And I mean that as far as like characters that he likes. Well, I guess literally too, brother, right?
Darkness, everybody. Darkness.
Charlie Murphy. But yeah, Derek definitely like he goes to those characters like Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. That fits him, and I'm a fan of those guys too. But I also like the Cody Rhodes. I like getting behind somebody who comes from the bottom, reaches to the top. The guy who gets the great babyface story, and I like heels too. It just makes sense. So Darby Allin says that Cody Rhodes represents the suit and ties, and that's exactly who would fit the molding to be the TNT champion. And Darby said he is willing to do anything tonight to try to win the TNT Championship. And Cody says that he's the number 1 contender right now, which he is. He's technically the number 1 contender in the world title slot, but he can't get a world title shot because he put on the line at Full Gear and lost to Chris Jericho. Thanks, MJF. Mm-hmm. So we're in this weird predicament, and this is how we start off to the TNT Championship Tournament semifinals with this one. Derek, we were both torn on this for who was gonna win.
Yeah. I didn't know who I wanted to win. I was just like, this could go either way, and I don't think I would be mad about it.
Yeah, I talked the same thing with Casey before on the phone. Rob, I think all of us have talked about this. You didn't know who was going to win this TNT Championship match because I felt like you knew that this match was going to happen. Yes. So round one, we basically all predicted that, right? I would hope for the most part.
Yes.
So you get through all of that and you're like, okay, so what's the end game here? Because the semifinals are always the most interesting part of a tournament to me, usually. And I'm just like, okay, what do you do with Cody and Darby this time? What's the story? You could go two routes. You could have told the story where Darby gets this triumphant win. You're building this TNT Championship around new, fresh, young blood with Darby, Lance Archer. Okay, you could do that. And we all knew that Dustin, we'll get into the Bloodsport spot later, but the entire makings of this tournament was going to come down to Cody and Darby and who would win this. Because Cody has a story too. Cody could have faced his brother again, which was match of the year at Double or Nothing last year. In my opinion, I love that match. I think it's very underrated and not a lot of people appreciate it as much as they should. Mm-hmm. I know that some people love it and some people hated it, but this could really work. What's going on, Truly the Ace? Welcome in here.
What's up, Truly?
Yeah, dude, so you could have told so many stories with this.
I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, would you push Darby Allin to beat Lance Archer? Because Lance Archer is a force right now.
But I think you could have told the story where Lance screwed Cody, then Cody screwed Lance at the pay-per-view, and then continued the story onward.
I guess, but then that makes Cody kind of a heel.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's a babyface getting his payback. You have to do it the right way.
Right, but do you really see Cody doing that kind of move? I mean, I don't really see him doing that.
No, I don't know. It like I said, it depends on the story you want to tell too. With this, to me, Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface in the company. I don't care what anybody says about them. That's just what it is, man. At this point. They know the stories they want to tell, and a key thing that I think AEW has been saying for a long time that not a lot of people are paying attention to: long-term booking. And I'm glad Jordan brought it up in the chat before. And thank you, Jordan. I saw you wrote, "I used the code." I appreciate that, brother. Trim up. So the whole long-term booking thing. Remember, people, this isn't the WWE. I hate bringing them up right now even, but WWE has their way of booking and AEW should have their own way. They're trying to get us, what's the word I'm looking for? Re-antiquated? They're trying to remind us basically of what long-term storytelling is, because we've gotten so far away from it in pro wrestling that you don't see it. We see it in New Japan. We can be patient in New Japan. Why can't we be patient with a wrestling company here?
Right. Just
my points with it. You mean Seth Rollins is the biggest babyface? Someone kick Jesus out of here. Yeah. ROH Cody would have done it. He was a prick, Rob said. He was. And I hate it when he had that damn ring and got rid of the title.
Yes.
So, this match starts off great. The first big spot in it, they're going for pinfalls back and forth really quick. Classic WCW, TNT, Macho Man Ricky Steamboat WrestleMania 3 style match. Lots of pinfalls just to wear each other down. The commentary team is acknowledging this. Cody goes to do that bridge out that a lot of I can't think, a bunch of the women wrestlers often do it.
Cruiserweights do it too.
Yeah, they bridge up out of like a pinfall, and when Cody went to do it, he grabbed his knee. The same meniscus he tore in Buffalo, New York at Ring of Honor War of the Worlds. We were there for that. And he grabbed his knee. Darby Allin immediately chop blocks him and goes right to work on it. I thought that was excellent storytelling for it. Now, on the outside, Derek, with Brandy, I'll let you take over this spot here. Do you think Cody set his wife up, man?
I would like to think not, but it definitely looked like he did, because there was enough time in there for him to go, oh shit.
And he put his hand on him and pushed him forward. Like,
exactly.
Take her out.
Mind you, he was already speaking to Brandy before this happened. And
didn't he get rid of Brandy so stuff like this wouldn't happen?
Yes.
He needs Iron back.
Yep.
He needs Iron. The coach.
Isn't this the reason why Brandy started to... Well, we won't talk about that. But...
Oh, God. The Nightmare Collective. I mean, you can't get away from it. It was shit. It wasn't great. It was bad.
I think if it was done a little bit differently, it would have been.
It was bad.
It could have been fleshed out a lot better, but.
This is true. At one point in this match, Darby hits the crossroads on Cody for a near fall. Cody kicks out. Brandy comes back out with the bottle of water. And I know a lot of people said, what was the point of this? When we get to talking about the finish. What was the point of Brandy coming back out with the water? Wrestling fans, I'm going to hate to do this to you. But it's because you guys try to guess everything, so they'll put something small in there just to make you, what's going to happen with the bottle of water? Maybe there's something in there. Maybe they're trying to fool you or distract you from other things that are happening within the match.
As Chris Jericho alluded to.
Yeah. Chris Jericho. That water was spiked. They used it for a visual effect. I don't think it was a big deal. I don't like how these tournament matches also have been kind of like no DQ a little bit. Like, they've been really lax on the rules.
I mean, I get it. I mean, it's a tournament, so it's just kind of like blood sport.
Bolo. It's too much for me. Like, you got to have rules in this still and stick with them. Cody hits the crossroads for the pinfall. 1, 2, and Darby kicks out. And this is where you started to believe, like, okay, something's about to happen here.
Yeah.
Cody then goes up to the top rope for a coffin drop. Cody, I don't know why when Cody does shit, it scares me to death. Cody freaking looked like he was about to bite the dust, bro. Landed on the back of his neck. So this time it was reversed. Darby got his knees up on Cody, going for the move. Darby gets his knees up, and then he says, you know what? I'm going for the coffin drop. Darby goes up to the top rope. Comes flying off.
Into the count. 1, but he slides back.
Little too far for the 1, 2, 3.
For the deep pin, because that was a deep pin.
So when you watch this initially, me and Derek definitely thought Darby Allin won the match.
Yes.
Because we were like, oh, coffin drop, 1, 2, 3. But if you're really paying attention, I'm kind of like, Cody's shoulder isn't down.
That's like mountain rocky high up. Like.
But the weird thing was Darby's shoulders were down because he tried to hook Cody so deep.
Yes.
And that Cody had like his arm over him. It made sense, I think, how they did it.
It was an overzealous pin. It was an overzealous pin. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, everybody's pissed. Like, no, it's an overzealous pin. He thought he had it won, which he could have if he would have left it alone instead of trying to get into a deep pin. If he would have just stayed where he was at, like he normally does, 1, 2, 3, would have been over. Darby Allin would have moved on.
Now, I see some people in here, so finish, same, I thought he won. I don't hate this finish. Look, dude.
This could have gone either way.
Darby Allin's going to be around for a long time. Like, that's how I see it. Darby Allin has plenty of time to be in the main events. Cody and them are the guys who are on borrowed time right now. Like, you don't have a lot of time to have Cody Rhodes be a main eventer.
No.
You don't have a lot of time to do this. Darby got overzealous. So basically the story has been Darby can't beat Cody. He can take Cody to a draw, but he can't beat Cody. And that's the story that they're trying to tell and convey to you. Cody can't win another title, but Cody has proven he is good and damn good. Did he really lose to Jericho? We don't know. We don't know if he would have won that match because someone threw in a towel. They are telling a story with Cody Rhodes that I think is going to be good. Honestly, a lot of people are talking about the part of the story with Jake the Snake. I still think there's a story to be told with MJF.
Yes. There's definitely a story to be told with that still, because they haven't had their day of reckoning. So it's got to happen. It's got to happen. There's a story there.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people are so quick to want Darby as the champion. And would I have been mad if Darby won? Absolutely not. No. But I think that you could do something more with this later on.
Yeah, like you said, Darby's got way more time than Cody does right now.
And to me, there's certain people who I feel like have stories going on for them. Like, I feel like Darby's got a long-term story brewing with Cody. I also think MJF and Cody aren't finished. I still believe that something's going to happen with that. He was still wearing the shirts, bragging about beating Cody. You have some mileage on that one, unless this whole pandemic makes them swerve away from this.
Right.
You could do a lot of things. So Cody is in the finals now. So he's going to Double or Nothing to face the winner of the main event tonight, which will be Lance Archer, Dustin Rhodes. Let's see what the live chat are here thinking. Let's see. Rob said, "Swerve, bro." I think that was in the Russo voice. Six said, "Maybe Cody's just thirsty. Brandy just bringing her dude some water because he looked parched."
There you go. Cottonmouth.
Truly the Ace said, "Cody outsmarted Darby Allin tonight." Beans, what's going on, Beans? He said, "I think in the long term, down the road, Darby will beat Cody." I agree. That's the money story. Cody can't get his ass whooped by everybody.
Right, yeah, no, he can't be the whipping boy for everybody now. It just can't go that way.
To quote Cornette, King Kong killed a couple villagers before he got killed, you know?
Exactly.
Let's see here. Let's see. Cody's going to do the Triple H bury everybody. I disagree with that 1,000%. Cody ain't beat nobody at WrestleMania 19 after a terrible, terrible way to set up a storyline because Goldberg needs a top heel to face. Get out of here with that. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that Cody is the Triple H of this. Lance Archer gets his wish. Cody's in the finals. That's what they wanted. They wanted Cody to wrestle hard, so Lance Archer and Jake the Snake did get their wish. Let's talk about the Scorpio Sky segment. D, how are you feeling about SCU? I feel like they're really focusing in on Scorpio Sky with this.
So you know what? I think it's pretty much his time to kind of move on from SCU because we already know the other two are basically on their way out.
I don't think Kazarian's done though. I think Daniels will be done first, but
Daniels will be done, but Kazarian is gonna gradually start getting he's gradually getting there.
I'm with it.
Because the last time that Kazarian wrestled, you could see how sluggish he was.
Yeah, but they're in a tag team. I think it's fine. I don't know. I feel like they want to build with Scorpio Sky. Chat, what do you think of this? Is Scorpio Sky destined for a singles run? Is that what they're doing this for? Or is this to build SCU up?
I think he's destined for a singles run because he wouldn't have gotten a shot at the title against Jericho.
Yeah, that's an excellent point that you bring up with that, Derek. The main thing I took from this is Scorpio Sky says he wants to be a effing legend, and they bleeped it out. I think Scorpio Sky could be destined for bigger things. We saw it before when he got to face Chris Jericho. Yes. He did excellent in that role.
He had me convinced that he was going to win the title in that match. I thought he actually had it won at one point.
Yeah. Let these guys rise up here. They're doing their thing. Scorpio Sky has what it takes. I think if you wanted him in singles, you can. If you want him to stay with the tag team, you could do that as well with this.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 split.
Let's see here. Chris Azuba's he's reassessing that last match, saying I didn't hate the finish, it was so-so. Jesus says they better do something with Scorpio. Have him face Moxley for the belt. Chris Azuba believes this is for a single run. Scorpio Sky is a future world champion, truly the Ace says.
I agree.
Six says Scorpio Sky still hasn't impressed me yet. I want to like the guy, I really do, but he just seems bland to me right now.
Well, I mean, I think
that's why they have these, though, to try and get you to know him a little bit more, because he's been part of a tag team that their gimmick is they come out and say, this is the worst town I've ever been in. I mean...
And they gifted him that. So, they passed that, this is like the christening. You know what I mean? This is his christening as to coming into his own. You came in, you didn't have your way the way that you wanted as a singles wrestler, but now we got you in a tag team and people can see what you actually can do. So now that they can see it...
I feel like they just put him on is the best way to put it for... they put him on, they were like, look, this is what we're doing. This is your opportunity. Take advantage of this the best that you can. I was cool with it.
Yeah, it's doing its just due. I think he's destined for a singles run.
MJF was up after this. This motherfucker here. I had to say it. MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. This dude comes up with an update wearing a neck brace this time.
From Maxwell's Rat House.
This guy. Maxwell Jacob Freeman, what did he say? He nicked his neck?
Yeah, he nicked his neck.
I don't know if that was from shaving or what the hell that was supposed to mean, but MJF's in a neck brace, and he talks about how he wishes he was there in front of all 7 of his cohorts, and he's just shit-talking everybody. This dude's a prick. I love him. He's getting great heel heat. Reminds me of my man, Dr. David Schultz. If you haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring, man, look that up. That was I enjoyed that episode more than I thought I would. MJF's just a prick, bro.
Yes.
He's a prick.
Yeah, he's doing his just due as his character, not breaking the character, being who he is. You know, this is top heel gold, okay? Now, top heel platinum, sorry. This is top heel platinum. This is what you need to get out of a heel. It doesn't have to be specifically this, but the energy that he puts into the character and the persona, this is how it should be when you are a heel. Just like Chris Jericho does with his heel character. That's how you should do it. 100% invested.
Oh, people are kind of combining both these conversations here. Jesus said they need to have him feud with somebody first and build him up. I believe we're on Scorpio Sky. And Rob just put Sky needs to conquer someone like MJF to get over. This guy just keeps getting serious injuries. Ha ha ha. And Chris Zuba said MJF is a prick and I love it. Yeah. He's a total heel. Like I said, I think this dude's a future world champion too.
Oh yeah. I think when it comes to that time,
he'll be in the spot. He'll get a run.
Spot, yeah, he'll get a, and I think it'll be a very lucrative run.
Yeah, he's gonna be hated, bro.
Oh,
if you let him do what he wants to do, he will be hated. I saw somebody just say they would not let Britt Baker do their teeth. I don't trust her. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Britt Baker in a little bit because she had a segment here tonight too. MJF needs to do the fake retirement. He did that last week though. He's been teasing that this whole time. Let's move into the next match, Derek. Let's talk about is it Musa?
Musa, yeah.
Musa versus Wardlow here. Mr. Mayhem, we knew he was going to come out and destroy. This is basically a glorified squash match with this.
Pretty much.
Wardlow hits the F10. I think I wrote F5 down in here. Sorry, Brock. F10 for the 1, 2, 3.
Fucking hate that move.
Just the way Wardlow does it?
No, it's just fucking horrible.
Even when Brock does it?
No, Brock's looks like Brock's looks like what it should be. It should be devastating. I can't buy anybody winning off of I'm going to spin twice and then toss you up and then say that's the F10.
What's good, PR?
Fuck the F10.
What move would you have Wardlow do instead?
I don't know. Like a power slam or something.
I think he looks too athletic though to do like a power. To me, power slams are weak today. Like when Braun does it, do you really like? Oh, okay.
No, well, Braun fucking sucks anyway. So.
Oh my god.
point proven in Bloodsport. All right. Point proven in Bloodsport.
The Bloodsport references will have its point. Trust me, you'll get it later.
Braun's power slam is weak. Okay, that's just weak. I think Wardlow could be a main event player eventually. Not right now. Like he's mid-card right now for me. But
I think he's just muscle.
Yeah, I can see him winning the TNT title, but not right now. I need him to give me something that has more veracity to it. This little helicopter spin crap, yeah, like this reminds me of the days when we used to take the fucking helicopters and throw them out the window and watch them spin.
If you're not from New York, you're not going to get that. I know what you're talking about, but they may not. We have like the leaves that fall off trees, and then you could throw like a piece of the leaf up in the air, and it spins like a helicopter. It's New York shit. Yeah. So
when we get to that, we'll show you what it's like.
Hold on, when we get to what? Don't be bringing them shits in my house, bro. Them shits are a pain in the ass to clean up.
They definitely are.
Yeah, y'all better get your mans here. Agree. The power slam is getting overdone, Conrad. See, Jesus is sleeping on that one. Chris Zuba says he does not care for Wardlow. I honestly think they're making fun of Braun with it with that Wardlow dude. I don't take him seriously. I think that he'd be better off doing like a pop-up power bomb or something. Maybe a power
something. I don't that I just can't buy him as
I think
powerhouse.
like tonight, in my opinion, it looked like shit because the guy didn't take the move right. Like last week, it looked great.
It did, but I just can't buy into that as a finisher.
Let's see here. PR Nightmare says he's too overprotective with it. He makes sure it doesn't hurt anyone with it. Braun. Yeah, that's probably why. Thomas Polster said, best power slam I ever saw was executed by Scott Norton back in the 90s. Yeah, that's that NJPW Scott Norton. Boys don't know about that. Broken Rockstar says, I'm going to call Nia Jax if people keep talking shit. Ace says, I know. Six says, yeah, can't take a modified airplane spin seriously.
See, I mean, like, if he would have did like a modified helicopter spin into like a power slam, then I can buy that. But just spinning around twice like that's like kid shit.
I guess. I'm not here to defend it at this point. I have nothing to honestly say about it. Does Wardlow need a better finisher? I could argue that 100%. Am I mad at Wardlow for using the move? No.
I'm not mad at
it. I just think Wardlow needs to be... I feel like he's just stationary right now. His role is he's MJF's bodyguard. So you're just going to continue being in that role until you feel acclimated to be in the ring and you feel comfortable enough with it.
Right. And I think that's the word that you were looking for earlier. Acclimated.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah. But I feel like I do agree with what you say. Like he is a powerhouse, but I think he has some low key athleticism in him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like something, I feel like he could do something athletic and powerful. You just have to find what that move's gonna be.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bubbly Bunch because freak that squash match. The Bubbly Bunch tonight. I wrote down more TikTok shit, and these guys came in. Tonight was not the flim flam. There's no flim flam tonight. They actually came in and they used like themselves. They said, what did they call this? A Winnipeg street? I don't know. They called this some Canadian fight thing they were gonna do, and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? And they end up doing like those TikTok videos where people are punching each other. If you saw the one with the indie wrestlers and they were doing it to everybody's gonna kung fu fight, it was exactly like that.
Yeah.
So the Bubbly Bunch are on there, and it starts off with the Inner Circle all doing the punches, but then it just randomly like changes. I can't even remember who the first person was that popped up. I'm just gonna run through some of the names.
Yeah.
My boy, #fuckmoney, #meat sauce. Virgil was in there. Shout out to my man Virgil. I don't even know if we can call him that.
I don't think so.
Whatever, I don't care. Everybody knows that's fucking Virgil.
Right.
He's out there. Virgil gets punched in the face. Your man from Jay and Silent Bob himself, Kevin Smith. Vicky. Vicky Guerrero just shows up yelling into the camera and shit, just like she always does.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, that Spanish comedian. I always forget.
Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. Funny guy. But that
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Fluffy guy.
Yeah. But Lou Ferrigno, my man.
Yo, why did Lou Ferrigno have a taser?
Right.
Random shit, bro. But that was cool that they got Lou Ferrigno to do it. I don't know who knows Lou Ferrigno on AEW, but that was dope.
It was. They had a lot of spots in there, and
there were more people in this. Peter Avalon showed up. Jungle Boy.
Jericho's dad.
Yeah, Ted Irvine was in this. Like, dude, it was random as fuck. Like, it was good though. I thought this was much better than the Flim Flam last week. I think Flim Flam's been the weakest. Yeah. But this worked though.
Yeah, this was definitely number 2 out of the 3.
Let us get into this tag team match. The next contest was no DQs, no countouts, tag team match playa. We had Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian with Penelope in the corner versus the Best Friends with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Camera zooms out.
To start this match, Jimmy Havoc threw a chair at Orange Cassidy Sabu style, and Orange Cassidy ate that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, he was done. He was on the ground. I love the way he sold it. I thought it was well done. Jimmy Havoc is great at like these matches with weapons and stuff. He really knows how to utilize them.
Yeah, he is. He I think he has. Jimmy Havoc looks. He reminds me of somebody who enjoys the hardcore matches, but he has everything planned out as to what he wants to do. Because everything that he does looks like it's like, all right, this was set up perfectly for this to happen. I don't, out of just seeing him in AEW right now, because I haven't seen him wrestle before until now, I haven't seen him really like botch a hardcore weapons match.
Yeah, he everything he does looks pretty like he knows exactly what he's doing, how he wants to play shit.
He knows how it's exactly supposed to turn out.
So they bring chairs and ladders into this. Jericho makes fun of them for doing a tag actually in the match. He's like, there's no DQ, but these guys are honest enough to make a tag.
Right.
That was some silly shit.
It was.
Jericho even suggested beating up referee Paul Turner. What the hell did Paul Turner do?
Right.
He was just like, it's a no DQ match. Beat the shit out of the ref. Why not?
Right. Like, I chimed in right after that. Like, why you gonna beat up Paul? What did Paul do?
He was just standing there like Jericho was just a fool on commentary for this. The ladder slam for Trent, Jesus, off the top rope. So basically Jimmy Havoc was going to be suplexing Trent off. Trent pushes him off, and you think like, oh, maybe Trent's going to do like a jump off spot and maybe a DDT or something. Nope, Trent gets his leg grabbed and he friggin' eats that ladder, bro.
Oh God, I don't know if it was worse on his back, or like I don't know if he took it better on his back versus if he took it like on the tailbone, because he hit that ladder pretty hard.
Yeah, and so then they set up the steel chair. So they lay down steel chairs on their side. So imagine a chair being flattened out and laid on its side, two of them with the seats together. Then he slams Trent on top of it, and Kip Sabian stomps a hole through his chest, and they double pin him. But once the 2 count gets hit, Chucky T runs in. He's making the save. Chuck Taylor's holding it down for his squad. Crazy shenanigans happen. Penelope tries to get involved. She ends up busting Kip in the face. Orange Cassidy's back out there after taking a beat down, just casually strolls on out. She missed. She went for a spear, went into Kip Sabian. Orange Cassidy went up to the top rope, distracted Jimmy Havoc, but then jumped backwards onto Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, taking them out. All this happens, and Chucky T pins Havoc after he hits a running style pile driver, or a driver, I don't know what you want to call it, onto a bunch of steel chairs for the 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And the Best Friends pick up a win, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Best Friends are creeping towards the #1 contendership for the tag titles.
I think they slowly are. Like they're like definitely sneaking up there.
What up, Kenny? Had to show some love for my man Kenny for your thoughts. Wrestling podcast. What's going on, Kenny? Good to have you in here, bro. Yeah, dude. Best Friends are creeping up towards that. I think they've gotten a lot of wins. I know people are gonna say these wins don't matter, but I think they're kind of like starting to stack up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I think going live next week will help, and we can probably get into that whole travesty towards the end. If they should be live, if they shouldn't, whatever. But as far as it goes, right now I see them as the #1 contenders. Haven't seen Dark Order around really, even though they had the spot for a while.
Right. Haven't seen.
But quality of opponent matters too in this, and a lot of people have been getting wins over kind of teams.
Yeah. And also we haven't really seen Triangolo della Morte, Death Triangle.
I miss those guys. They owe us a street fight with Best Friends too, I feel like.
Yes, they do.
Or what was it? Parking lot brawl?
Parking lot brawl.
Yeah. So Best Friends get the victory here. Let's see what the chat is saying. What a compromising position, laughing my ass off. Yeah, when Penelope was down in front of Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
Bean said it was a Manitoba melee when it came to the Bubbly Bunch. That was the name of it. Thank you.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you. Shout out to Beans. Five stars for him from Dave Meltzer. OC helped Best Friends win tonight. I agree with that. Truly Ace. He said that was funny. And Bean said creative chaos in the match between Best Friends are doing great. Yeah, like I said, this felt a little overbooked to me.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think it lasted a little longer than it should have.
Yeah, too much shenanigans. Like I said, when you have 3 people involved, there's a little too much happening for me.
Yeah.
But whatever. Next up, we had the Dr. Britt Baker segment. This bitch. I said it this week.
Bitch!
Britt Baker was a bitch in this promo. And it worked, though. She's trying to be a heel. Britt Baker is doing a really good job at making me not want to like her. Britt Baker is in here, and she's talking to her makeup girl. She comes on camera, and she's like, "Hi, my name is Rebel. I do the makeup for Britt Baker." And she kind of starts, giving some sass a little bit. And Britt Baker keeps calling her Reba. And I just thought of Reba McEntire as soon as I saw it. Oh, there's my mom. Whoopee. Little Rascals reference if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, dude, I don't know. She just kept calling her Reba. Reba, move that chair out of the way. Reba, what are you doing? And I don't know why Rebel did this. And if you guys don't know, Rebel was in TNA. So if you guys want to know who she is, you can Google her. Rebel was in TNA at one point. She did a really good job here. And we found out what rule number 2 was for role models. Rule number 2 is not everyone is a role model. And she then goes on to berate people in glasses. Me, Tony Schiavone. Fat people. Definitely talking about me and Tony Schiavone. Wannabes. Now, that definitely isn't me. I ain't putting up with that shit. But I don't know who she was talking about with wannabes and snaggletooth.
Wannabes can't be Tony Schiavone. We all know what Tony Schiavone does.
I don't know if snaggletooth, if she's just trying to diss people with the canines or what, bro. But I was like, come on, man. Damn.
I think she's dissing people with the canines.
At the end of this, all I could say was, bitch. Like, I was just so done with Britt Baker after this. But as a heel, good work. Made me hate her. I thought she did well with it.
She did.
Yeah. And, yeah, I can't wait for someone to whoop Britt Baker's ass. That's all I'm going to say in the ring. We got another match here with Shawn Spears and Baron Black here. Squash match. Shawn Spears ends up hitting the C4 and then winning with the sharpshooter. I was more impressed with the cough he did when he was coming out and then gave Billy Gunn the middle finger. Don't know why that happened, but I liked it.
Right. I would love to see Billy Gunn and Shawn Spears go at it.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to see a match between them after I saw that. Hashtag Gun Club, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Squash match, though. Shawn Spears ends up getting the win. Derek, I'm going to probably let you take over for this. Marko Stunt versus Brody Lee, bro. I'm sorry, Mr. Brody Lee.
Chris, where you at? You know what? Even though Marko is, how do you say, defeated, undefeated?
What do you mean by defeat? He doesn't have a singles win.
Right.
That's true.
He doesn't have a singles win, but he's undefeated as to not winning a match.
Well, he has wins with the Jurassic Express.
Singles. I mean singles, though.
Okay.
Singles,
all right.
man.
You got to specify.
Yeah, singles. So, I mean, this is what
an ass kicking for Marko.
Listen, Brody Lee with the fucking sidewalk slam.
Dude, he picked that boy up and gave him some extra wind on that bad boy.
For no reason, like he didn't have to do Marko like that. Now granted, Marko has been growing on me. When we first started watching this man used to tell me like, yo, Marko's actually nice, bro. And I'm like, I can't see this. I can't see it. I'm growing, to like Marko Stunt. Marko actually is somebody who I like to see do what he does. Like, yes, he takes the moves perfect because he's so little, but it defies all odds. One day, Marko Stunt is going to be that one person.
He's gonna beat somebody. He's gonna beat Rey Mysterio.
People are gonna be like, no way, he's not winning this. And then he'll pull off that win, and then everybody will be like, and then everybody will have all the negativity. That's fucking bullshit. We're talking about Marko Stunt. Marko really won? No, I'm not hearing that. Listen, if Rey Mysterio could do it, Marko could do it.
I like Marko Stunt in this, but dude, he got his ass whooped in this. Brody Lee powerbombed the shit, and I mean literal shit, probably out of him. And then afterwards, the worst thing was he gets the 3, and the way he threw the man, he threw him like a child. Like, dude, get off me. Mr. Brody Lee is dominant. I want to see what they have in store for the Dark Order. I know Brody Lee's, like, his debut got ruined kind of at the very beginning of all this.
Well, technically my debut, but...
Bruh. So, I really want to see what they're going to be able to pull off here with all of this. Like, what is your end game when it comes to this? Like I said, I'm interested in the Dark Order period right now for what they're going to end up doing with this. Bean says, I see a lot of people comparing Stunt to Spike Dudley. Maybe he beats Wardlow at some point or someone like that. Beans, that's a good point. It could be a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Spike Dudley used to get tossed and everything, but then when Spike was winning, like, you remember how many people were behind Spike when he was winning?
Spike Dudley was the shit, man. Like... I mean, he got jacked up a lot too.
He definitely did.
Who's been messed up more? It's Spike, dude.
Spike, yeah.
Nah, dude. Spike Dudley, man. Remember when La Resistance dropped him over the top rope and his feet caught the ropes?
Yeah.
Dude busted his head on that table bad, dude. Yeah. And he got thrown into the crowd like every ECW match.
Yes. Oh my god.
Dude, Spike was the shit though. I miss Spike Dudley. Chris DeZuba says Marko beats Wardlow. I don't know. Everybody's saying Wardlow for this L.
I agree to it. Wardlow's he's one to get overzealous.
Truly the Ace said Marko is a tough guy and Brody Lee is still undefeated. That's a good way to see it too. Brody Lee has not lost a match. Brody Lee could be creeping into that match territory. And this is the perfect transition into the AEW World Champion. Jon Moxley ends up cutting a quick promo just to talk about that he will be there next week. He'll be live when they're back on live television again. And he just goes through everything. He's talking about who he is. He definitely called Jake Hager a bitch. And he said, yeah, so after you get DDT'd on a steel chair, it's better, right, bitch? And I like that he was still talking his shit. And he said he just doesn't care about anything. The Las Vegas feel was there. Like, he was just like, yeah, I'm an outlaw kind of dude. I hang out by myself. I'm a loner. But I'll kick your ass. And then I love the whole Moxley said things to do during this time. And he's yelled, call your grandmother. See you next week. Perfect. It was Jon Moxley to a T.
Yes, definitely.
Let me see that. I was just about to bring that up before you said it about Spike Dudley. Yeah, PR. That's a famous spot, bro, with him. Good stuff here. Then we find out some matches for next week. Now, Derek missed this.
I did.
Derek missed some of the matches here.
I did.
So I know next week... Who did they have? It was Frankie Kazarian's fighting Jon Moxley next week. So Moxley's going to be in action. I know that we also have Le Sex Gods, which is Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Thank God no one can pull your podcast down for saying stuff like this. Versus Kenny Omega and Broken Matt. So I know truly the Ace asked where Matt was before. If you're talking about Matt Hardy, he will be there next week to face off the Le Sex Gods.
Yes.
This is gonna be interesting to see Kenny Omega, and it just seems so weird. Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy as a team.
It does. This is not something that you would expect Kenny Omega to do. It's an awkward team. It's an awkward team. You know, you wouldn't expect this to happen.
Yeah, I don't know here. They got to They got to deliver in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Hardy's built up a little bit of a feud with Jericho and Sammy. I wouldn't be surprised if they do like a bait and switch with Jericho. This is Jericho's like second time wrestling too, I think first time since he lost the title, but second time this year wrestling.
Yeah.
He has slowed down. People are talking about Spike Dudley's finisher, the acid drop. You guys are terrible.
It's a good move though.
It was the Dudley dog.
As soon as he got up there kicking his legs, like right into the Dudley dog.
Now, we've been talking about Bloodsport all night, and I want to make my quick comparisons here. Now, if you guys have never seen Bloodsport, it's a great movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't want to spoil too much of it for you, so I'm going to kind of give you like the overview highlights of it. In Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme's best friend, who happens to look like Braun Strowman, gets freaking annihilated by this dude named Bolo. Bolo beats the shit out of him to the point to where he kills him, right? Or was he in the no? He was in the hospital.
He was in the hospital. He gave him a concussion.
Bro, he basically killed this dude. Like, he beat his ass so bad that he had to lay up in bed for the whole time. And he's sitting there, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is like, I'm going to get my revenge for you. And I feel like Cody's playing the role of Jean-Claude Van Damme. And this is why I thought the Bloodsport thing was going to happen, too, because Dustin went out there to put on a hell of a fight.
Honestly, you know what? I would not be surprised, because you really think about it. You match up the endings, Bloodsport and this ending, it's kind of the same.
I agree. That's why I put that in the very beginning, man.
That was a good analogy, bro. That's definitely the same.
Somebody put Kenny tags with anyone but his partner champion Hangman, and Spike and Molly forever.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yes.
But look, so Lance Archer comes out for his match. I love the fact that when Lance Archer comes out, somebody gets wrecked. He just randomly had some dude from backstage just getting his ass kicked during his entrance. You know what? I was really digging his theme tonight. Like, I really got to hear it, and I was like, yo, Lance Archer's theme is kind of dope.
It is.
I'm going to take a closer listen to it on YouTube, I think, just to see, like, does this sound good, you know, while you're doing other things or working out or something. But Lance Archer's theme was dope. I like that he's fighting people. Jericho suggested he punches Pineapple Pete in the face.
Yeah, but why is Jericho shitting on Pineapple Pete?
Yo, Suge D's the man. All right, I think Suge D might end up getting a job one day with them.
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, dude. So he just comes out beating people's ass. Dustin in this match is bleeding, not Double or Nothing bleeding from last year, but he was bleeding pretty bad,
like a stuck Irish pig.
And dude, it was from a chair shot. Once again, no rules, so never mind why they're using steel chairs and everything else.
No explanation, but. We're good.
No, they explained it. It was just that there's no rules for the championship tournament. They're allowing the referees to allow some leeway and shit with stuff.
I guess. All
right. Lance kicks out of a crossroads that was hit. Is that did he do Cody's finisher?
I missed it, but they both said that he hit the crossroads.
I'll allow this. Derek took notes for this, so don't blame me if any of this is wrong. I will deflect. That's what a real leader does. So Lance Archer kicks out of the crossroads. Lance Archer walked the rope similar to Undertaker, and I was like, oh, okay. Man, big man got moves. And then he did a moonsault. I was like, oh, Undertaker ain't doing that shit anymore. Good moonsault, though, off the ropes. And during all of this, Lance Archer has Dustin bloodied, and he takes off the turnbuckle pad and rams his head into it repeatedly, over and over again. And here comes QT Marshall with the towel, talking to Brandy, and Brandy's like, well, wait, what are you doing? And Dustin's laying on the side, bleeding, looking sad as shit. And you're like, dude, come on, man, you're beating the shit out of this old dude. Like, hang it up. And he's like, no, he doesn't want them to. And Cody comes out, and he's like, well, let's talk to him, because Cody lost his match, his world title opportunity because storytelling. He lost it because of MJF throwing in the towel. So he doesn't want anyone to probably throw in the towel for his brother. And he's sitting there looking at it. And as soon as Dustin had the towel and they were talking about it, Lance Archer snatches this man's soul from his body. Like if you brought home a bad report card trying to run away from your parents. And he grabbed him and dragged his foot across. And in the end, he just slammed his head over and over again into the mat and pins him with the claw on his face. And 1, 2, 3, knee in the throat. Like, it's over for Dustin. He put his career on the line last week. Smart move not to do it this week.
Right, yeah. You just can't... you can't ask for anything better as to what they gave you tonight. To me, this was match of the night.
Really?
Yes.
Over? I'm still saying it was Cody and Darby.
I got to give it to... Because Lance Archer, even though he didn't do anything very technical, he definitely impressed me enough.
I think this match had more of the story arc to it. Like, yes. Cody's match needed to happen first so that you could get to this arc in the story of the TNT Championship tournament. Lance Archer wins, so it's Lance Archer versus Cody, first Double or Nothing match we have to crown the first ever TNT champion. This is going to be interesting. I have to see how things play out over the next few weeks. I'm not ready to give a prediction on that yet. I don't want to. I don't want you to yet either, because we may end up having to do some predictions on here for this. Let's see what people are saying. Chris Zuba said he liked this match. Prince Rockstar said Dustin got yeah, did up. Let's see here. Dustin, man. Well, hold on. Rob said he's got to agree with D. Rob, my point to all of this was that there's, I don't know, maybe it's because it's coming through later, but this is because of the story. Like, I like this part of the story better too, but I felt like Cody and Darby had the more sound match, and I think that there was another element to a story there too. These are connected though to me. The championship tournament matches were where it was at. Let's see. 6 said, Dustin, man, you don't have to bleed every match. Chill, bro. Nah, Dustin needed that tonight. That was that blood sport, man. We had to feel bad for Dustin. Yes. And when he got his ass whooped, I did feel bad for him. Forehead is gonna end up looking like Kojak's. Well, hopefully not New Jack.
It's New Jack.
Cody didn't stop the match at the end because he knew Dustin wouldn't want that. That's another way to look at it too.
Right.
Yeah. That's. I'm not mad at it at all.
Not at all.
Folks, you know what time it is when we get to the end of the show here. It's time to give it a rating of thumbs up, thumbs down tonight. Did AEW do its job for you? Derek, I don't think we've given a thumbs down yet. Did we give that one show a thumbs down? No, I think we still said it was all right. You're still saying thumbs up?
Yes.
I'm going to continue the streak as well. I thought this was a thumbs up show. Not anything that was egregiously bad on it or something to where it's like, oh, we got to complain about this.
Right.
I saw a lot of people didn't like the Darby Cody finish. To each their own, I guess.
Yes.
I'm taking the storyline opportunity here. Jesus De Leon says thumbs up. Waiting for the rest of the live chat to give their opinions, chime in with what they thought of the show tonight. Derek, while we're waiting for that, Thomas Polster said thumbs up. Chris DeZuba, thumbs up with that Dark Order stuff. Cut it out, both of you. New Jack, my bad, typo. We figured it was New Jack though, Sick. You're fine. Keep them pizza cutters out of my ring though. That's all I don't want to see that. Broken Rockstar put the sleeping emoji for it. Truly the A said thumbs up. Not mad at it, and you know what, Rockstar? I respect that you're keeping your stance on it.
Hey, everybody has an opinion, and we respect everybody's opinion because this is
everything pro wrestling.
Everything pro wrestling.
By the fans, for the fans,
and everybody has the right to express how they feel about a match or a show.
Bean said thumbs up for him as well. Yes, let's talk about this. Tony Khan. I gotta talk about Tony Khan real quick. You know, I'm waiting for people to say I'm an AEW mark all the time for this shit. Tony Khan needs to stop hyping up these shows. I'm looking at something from last week, and Tony Khan says that next week's AEW Dynamite will be the best wrestling anyone's seen in months. Tony, chill with the Dixie hype shit.
Yes.
All right, that was too much hype for me. I don't think that this was the best wrestling we've seen in months. It was good. It wasn't great though, you know what I mean? We've seen some good stuff on other shows, other programs, and that's just with all due respect. I think he just needs to stop hyping up the matches. Like, just tell people, hey, check out our product. You should be impressed with what you see.
Exactly, yeah.
Leave it at that, man. Derek, choke out Conrad for me. All he could do is try, PR. That's all I can allow people to do. You could try. You may not like the repercussions that could happen afterwards, but you could try. So let's talk about the live shows aspect of this real quick too, and then we'll get up out of here, man, because we're gonna try and end this early. Derek, live shows. So next week we're going back to live programming. They're using the loophole that WWE created with Florida, Georgia, whatever. I know Georgia is, I think parts of it are open. I don't know the whole story with that, but I know Florida's open for wrestling.
Right.
They're benefiting from what happened with WWE. I saw a lot of people call WWE out for this. Does AEW deserve to be called out for this, in your opinion? Are they...
That's tough. I don't think they should be called out for that. Everybody's got to eat. Honestly, everybody's got to put food on the table.
ROH are paying people still, and they're not putting on shows. I mean, here's the question.
But they don't have high priced like talent though.
We don't know that though. I don't know what they're paying. They're paying Marty a lot of money. I know that.
That's the only high priced.
I don't know, bro. They might be paying people some big chips. I think some of those dudes are making bank because Why would you stay?
Well, I mean, the ones that that were there for a while and contracts came up, yeah, probably. But I mean, on average, they don't really have anybody who's like.
I think that AEW shouldn't. I think no wrestling company should be putting on shows at this point until we know what's going on and that we can stay healthy. I feel like we really didn't need these shows. I'm glad that they taped. I don't think AEW needs to be going live every other week too. Just tape a bunch of matches again. Tell the stories you want to tell and keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could definitely do that. I mean, I don't know. I love the live aspect, but I understand what has to happen. So taping is not bad as long as you don't do what WWE did with their pay-per-view, like cutscene. Like,
sick. No, there's not going to be a crowd next week, but the show will be live. So the show will be actually being taped as we're watching it. Rob says F that AEW should be shit on too if they're going to do the same thing. Yes, but no. And here's my argument to the whole why you could say like you should really poo-poo on AEW. We had a big back and forth about it. I believe it was me, Mags, and somebody else in a Twitter conversation when it came to this, and I really wish that I would have screenshotted it more. But it came down to the idea of, I think the problem is that WWE caused a lot of this, and the problem is AEW is a new company. I haven't heard shit about that second show since this all started.
Right.
Are we still getting that second show? Did a contract get signed for a second show?
Don't know.
Is it still on the table? Is it getting pulled off the table? AEW's dealing with a lot of unknowns right now.
Right.
They were doing great, and then all of a sudden, rug got pulled out from underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say
really
this.
Say too much about that.
I see a lot of people saying F WWE and AEW. I don't see anybody saying F USA and TNT for showing the shows.
Right.
They're doing the exact same thing. They're profiting off of this. So you got to call a spade too with them.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's going to be F WWE, F AEW, it better be F TNT, F USA, whoever owns those properties. Like it gets real deep when you start thinking about all that stuff.
It does. You have to play both sides of the fence. You can't be one side here and not on the other side.
It's really difficult, and I'm going to see if I can find that conversation that we had. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we had some really good like back and forth in there, just trading back and forth like what we thought about the ideas, at least when it comes down to what who's wrong, who's right in it. And I just brought up some points, and some people said, hey, I didn't think about it that way. It's a good point. Like I said, nobody's really saying like, oh no, please don't show wrestling on here.
Right.
Those guys could definitely be like, you know what, we'll pay for the wrestlers, but they're not saying that.
Right, exactly. We don't know what's really going on, but it is what it is. I don't think they should do live right now. Until we get somewhat situated with everything. I mean, I would love to see a live show, but
I think that we're going to be questioning how long is it going to be before we can even see all these shows or talk about a lot of the stuff that's been happening and going on.
Right. Yeah. It's really all going to depend on how everything goes. Because let's just be honest. We're not going to get back to 100% normal. This will be a 100% normal in a different lifestyle.
Okay, here it goes. Shout out to Foul Original, who probably sent some people in here. Foul brought this up when it came down to the majority of backlash. I'm just going to read kind of my responses to people. I said, we may have to ask, when does it get to the point of survival for some of these companies? We don't know the exact nature of their TV contracts. I think going forward, there are going to be some type of protectives around these deals and circumstances. Does AEW get a second show after this? We brought up TV contracts. Did they say that we'll produce 50 to 48 weeks of live TV and now they're going to be out of contract, and then TNT's like, you know what? Don't pay them the money. Let's save the money for ourselves so our company stays in business.
Right, yeah.
So maybe they're forced to do this type of things. Let's see what else I write here. And I said maybe my business acumen is wrong, but I still stand by this. I feel no wrestling show should be happening right now unless it's a classic content or profiles on wrestlers using old footage. I understand that puts some people at a disadvantage. AEW doesn't have the history WWE does.
Right.
They can't show consistently old school matches or something like that. But I thought that would be something that they could do if they wanted to.
I mean, technically, well, if you can get the rights to,
That's a lot of money, dude.
right? No, I know. I'm saying like if you could, that would be great. But then again, you got to pay buku dollars to get all that stuff.
And WWE owns 90% of like the classic archive. They're never gonna give it to you.
Right.
So they're SOL when it comes to content. They're gonna have to create their own content and moments and just get it, man. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different things. Some people say AEW rocks. Six says, honestly, all major businesses are showing is that they value bottom line over human lives. And he put the Kanye shrug up there a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I respect it, because to some extent, that's basically what it is. A lot of businesses are caring about certain things that that don't benefit everybody in the long run.
Right. Like, people say they appreciate everybody and what they're doing, but...
Do you really appreciate it?
Right.
Because I can sit here all day and ask people, do you really appreciate this? Do you really care about this?
And what happens after it's over? Is it going to be 3 weeks of appreciativeness and then it goes right back to the way it was?
Or is it going to be, we appreciate everything that you've done, but we're letting you go?
Options. Like I said, AEW's doing the show. We'll be here for the reviews as long as there's wrestling up to review. That's kind of what I want to do. Talk to you guys about wrestling. I appreciate everybody who has come in, who has subscribed to the channel. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. And yeah, I can appreciate what you guys do, your thoughts and opinions on everything. We'll see what happens next week. Hopefully Tony Khan changes his mind and decides to like tape a bunch of this until we get to the pay-per-view. Yeah. We got a card next week, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully all of this dies down eventually. I don't know if we're going to be able to go to that Rochester show in July when it happens. Who knows where the world's going to be when it comes to this. But I will say this, everybody, make sure you stay safe. You do everything you can. Be clean, wash your hands, wipe everything down, use the hand sanitizer when you can. Soap and water is better. And wear your mask out. I know we have that going on right now here. Jesus wrote FTR. They might be coming. Their names were in the clouds, man. And I guess with that being said, man, there's only one thing left to say, Derek, and I guess I'll let you end on that note.
Call your grandmother. Damn it.
Peace.